If you want to show you go upstairs with this thing on, extra stuff.
No.
And how does you go to the gym and that one's like 3 times bigger than when you're sitting on it's like huge.
Why is this rare on gym? Being like this, we're in high school taking powerlifting, if you heard it, I moved from Kentucky back to Texas and there are different physical education requirements, but I thought, well, this was way better. I don't smoke every time. You know, we ran a lot. We ran a whole lot. They'd make us run bleachers, which at my height is doing leg press with every single step. So on top, it's like popping and hacking. Now.
And I think even at first one.
I need to know that. I had to come back up here at 5. I did that once. But then you was like, oh, another thing that's meant is how I brought my own gum that expired 4 months ago, so that's I found it. And I accidentally Levi made me laugh in the last class, so I had a mouthful of coffee and spit thing.
And then this.
So the inside of this looks real gross now. And I'm just glad I didn't spray
You were there, I don't know, you were there. That's my idea about. It's not. By name was there.
I actually love this.
Uh-huh.
That one.
The only way to say.
Really since second. And as they basically told me, they will do 5%. Then we'll.
What about keeping my toes not friends?
Okay. So you're gonna do it.
And so.
They predicted my first meeting. I was confident. Needs to be dated. And they just completely ignored all my emails because they said. They're gonna be received and will be possible.
Okay, so let's start our web programming. Today we will after the introduction, so slightly about the letter background of web. So slightly overlap because like about web programming. So we'll be slightly overlap with this morning cybersecurity. Like because we need to know what's HTTP, like what are those like protocols we're using. So it's like it's part of our work. Like if we need to deal with the web, and we need to know what's like WWW, like World Wide Web is that representing. And after that, we will cover and then follow up with your like the EC2, the server. I want to check like all your progress, like some of them, can you access? And because there are some issues, because they changed the IPs like once you reboot, and also the I'm also like tell you about the assignment, like the screenshot and something extra. I will let you to fix by yourself, and then you can ask for help. So you ask for help to fix it, or like if you can do it by yourself, then that's fine. Okay. So right here we shall start. So how actually like the internet it works? So basically we have standard if you know the cybersecurity, we have the application layers and go down from the 7, go down to the physical layer for the really like sending through the different media. Like physically, we have Ethernet or through the Wi-Fi. But for the web, we only need to know about the TCP/IP. Okay. And also like how we connect with the world and exchange the data. So we always typing the www. What this representing is called the World Wide Web. So it's basically called a global scale, and then try to distribute the hypermedium application with the client server architecture. So we always the client. So client can be your like own computer, right now your phone, and server side. So server can be like web server, mail server, or sometimes we can make it as a media server. So what's the of them can be, and those resources can transfer using the code URI, the Uniform Resource Identifier, and then we the one we are using called the hypertext transfer protocol. So if we remember the vocabulary, the keyword, this one called protocol. So the HTTP is one of the protocol to transferring the hypertext. And this protocol let us those client and maybe a server communicate. And those, how can they communicate? So we have the browser. Right now we have, the Google Chrome, you're using Safari. If you're using Map, we have Safari or Firefox. Edge right now. Okay, so all this browser, so it's like they have a protocol to commit. Once I receive the HTTP, how we going to convert them to as a UI to web, like showing display to the user. This is how the World Wide Web it works. Okay, and when we always like connect to the website, we only able to see, okay, here's the website, but in behind, underlying, how many processes, like how many steps it go through, then we can access to the server. So if we try to put any server, okay. So let's say we put the campus home address. So when we type it, so don't know like what's going to happen in behind. Oh, okay, so sorry. Okay, right here. Okay, so if I type the domain right here, so you can see there's the website. So based on the understanding right now, so how can you like imagine it or like to know the whole picture? So how we can get that website? Anybody have idea? How can we like see this view, this UI?
So,
Including all the architecture, like how can we get this view?
so you type in your search bar or whatever, so the URL,
Mhm.
domain name, so then that request will get sent to, or that domain name will have the IP like attached to it,
Mhm.
and then so it'll request through our network, like the campus Wi-Fi,
Mhm.
and it'll go to, I guess, whatever the internet provider is for the campus. And
Mhm.
then their server will pull from the actual internet,
Mhm.
that IP,
Mhm.
and then that'll bring back, if you have the proper permissions to access that website, then it'll bring you back and actually give you access to it.
Mhm. Okay. So here is more likely we stay on the layer is around transport, right? Transport, we checking the IP address sending. And if we are going out, because right now we are from our LAN, our local network. So if I going out, how can I get the data, or like how can we read the website content? Then we need to connect to the server, right? Then how? Like based on the something what you know, or then we also try to build a server. Then how can we connect everything, like put all the things together? Then we can see this website. Anybody can like complete the, yep, that your like first part is correct. That's like how physically you doing right now. But by the following, then how can we also like access to this website? But we need to talk about the server side, right? How can we get the server side and then get the data, send it back to and show it up on my browser? Anything, if you can tell, like based on if you look at this website, like what's something behind this working. That because what you did, just like type the domain, the URL, and then it shows up, right? But what's doing in behind? Like first, you mentioned about like where physically we check the IP address, like goes out to retrieve like through the ISP. And more than that, because we only do it like checking where's our server. And then if once we access to the server, what's the next?
Once you access
Okay, okay, yeah, okay, HTML file, send back and. Yeah, okay, yeah, and then by the protocol. So we just like talk about the protocol HTTP, or we have the protocol HTTPS. Okay, yeah. So far we just type the URL and right from the web page, using the our browser to open the web page. Just like, okay, so if I send a request, so based on the DNS, so we send out. So if you know the DNS, we will match, okay, which IP address we are going to access to. So we need to find the server. So when we access the server, we need to check the protocol. Okay, it's a HTTP. And which port are we using? HTTP or HTTPS? Then we can look at it right here. So our the school website is using HTTPS. Okay, that means we need to go to access port 443. Okay, 443, that's what Nginx doing. Because we install Nginx, right? So Nginx get a request, we need to access port 443, and we need to define the server port. Okay, so Nginx will determine, okay, we need to go to a certain directory to get the HTTP or the HTML file, JS file, and return it back. So based on the destination, the router, and like we direct, okay, it's going to the WAN, go to the LAN, go to which network, and then forward to my computer. So my once my computer receives all those packages, then it can translate to our website. This is how this like process doing. It's right here. Then how can we know? Sometimes if I want to check the our IP address or like what's our WAN address, then we can check it in later. So the nature of the internet is like mainly help us to connect and communicate. So basically, when we ask the WAN is like the how we really define it, I will put it as a like router. So it's like to handle routering. So everything in this router, under this router, it will be called LAN, and then outside will be WAN. So we connect all those LAN together, so it become a WAN. Okay, and so far like we sometimes I call it as a gateway, because even your own device can be a gateway, but depends on how you use it. But sometimes even the computer, you can use a notebook, can be a gateway to let the internet pass through it to access it. So also we sometimes call it as a node or gateway or router. All this, they are sometimes representing same things, helping they forward the package. And how can we forward those packages? We are using protocol TCP/IP. And if we need to know like for specific application, which kind of service, then we need to know, okay, maybe some like DNS or email or web. And as a internet itself, we have no like central operation. So no, it's like there's no computer asking for, but mainly it's like from client to client. Sometimes I would say server side, but also can be one of the client. So we can send a request and getting something from another client. Okay, it's two-way. So each time we have the IP address. In the morning class, I talk about what exactly, but I think it's something new or something. Okay, so we know the IP address and also don't know what subnet mask. I didn't cover in the morning class, but you know it was subnet mask. Sorry, Pen. It's more like the not really. Subnet mask is define the range of IP address, then we can determine is it under local network or out of the, like maybe just web, maybe a bit. Yes, they'll get it. Okay. Get it? What was subnet mask? So because when I look at the IP address, if you say sometimes we would define the subnet mask with using 0 and 255 or less than that. But if the range is out of it, so it's supposed if you have a device, the IP address is not belongs to the subnet mask, then it should be connected to another subnet or like it's from other WAN, so from other local network, but you just didn't know. Okay, get it. Okay, sometimes but this one it doesn't comes up with the subnet mask, so it will define from ours. Okay. Okay. If let me see, okay, if I have a domain right here, normally how can we check? There's a pretty common, it's just a website. It's called ident.me. It can get the IP address. When you look at the IP address, it's called the 204.56.176 and 210. Okay. Let's see, because see the IP address, what I get from here, they're not the same. Then why they're not the same? Ident.me also help us to get the IP address, but you can tell why the IP address it looks not the difference. Let me see. So right now I get the 10.69.223.28. This is my device address. But when I'm using ident.me, I have another. Also you can try to type ident.me, ident.me, and then from check your browser, what's the return address? So are we getting the same address?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, but how about your own local address? How about your local address? How about your own address, IP address? You can use the IP config slash. Okay. Suppose it should be 10 point something, right? Okay. Then why the address they are different? Anybody can answer this one.
Before you actually have the device address, or the other is the address coming from the network you're connected to, whatever you're reaching out to.
Actually,
I think, so this IP is gonna be like, that's the return IP of like the Wi-Fi network. And then the IP that you have on your actual device IP on that. So like, that's really like a LAN IP. And then the one that pops up on ident.me is the LAN.
okay, really close. Yes. Okay. So you can see everyone have a different IP address. Like this, I'm using Wi-Fi. So suppose like of us have a different, because in our LAN we have our own. And actually this one is the router of the school. So it receive like, because it also connect to the this called the World Wide Web, like the WAN other two, it connect to each other. And it also each should have their own IP address, right? So we call the WAN address. So here's the router address. Then why is the router address not the same? Just imagine they have two interfaces. Once they connect to the outside world, so you should have your just maybe if a home address, so you have an address, right? Maybe inside your address, you still have some, if there's an apartment, so the building itself have an address, but inside the building, you may have an apartment number 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's the same idea. So that one is the building number, how others can access it. And if that's why we sometimes we say routering, we don't know the NAT. Somebody still remember what's NAT in the morning class, you see. Okay, so NAT, because like we don't know what is behind underlying the local network. So why not if I using a ident.me, we don't know what's the 10% or something. We don't know which devices. We only know this like the WAN address. Okay, so NFTs help us like in the router help us to, okay, if I have a package, which one should I forward to? And if we check the, just like this one of the ones called the, what's my IP address? So I using ident.me, let me go back. And I copy the school WAN IP address right here and get my IP detail. So we can see, okay, this is the location of, okay, we have the host and then what's the ISP? So the ISP is the A&M commerce itself. And what's the stage and city, latitude, longitude. So based on the IP address, we can get all this information and also have a trace net. We also can check like when we try to connect to the server, how many nodes or gateway it passed to access to the server. Then is how it really work. But when we try to develop our like website and then hosting our server, we just like skip the like in the mid, like all those middlemen. Yeah, because like all those we have different protocol to help us to handle it. So to our, I would say, to our layer, we don't have to really take care of those because they are more like fundamental, like lower than that. We need to take care maybe like level 7 in the application layer was like level 6. So that's what you need to do. Then who like, we see all these, one of the actually we have like IETF, like ICANN or ISOC, they are all helping to manage all those domain internet. So they provide regulations. One of the one, if we have the IP address, so right here we using ident.me and also the domain name of the school. So they will register. So they will know, okay, if I have this domain name, then they will know how to forward using IP address, because in the lower layer, everything we are working based on the IP address. Here's the structure. So we require the DNS. For the web programming, one part of it we need to take care is like about the domain name. We need to register it and then which servers we're pointing to. And those different locations, if we have the server in different locations, then we need to use Nginx, or sometimes if we have multiple server, even in this state, maybe we can put maybe there's a, you can see a domain name, there's only one domain name, but we may be possible have multiple server to serve. So one of the usage is called the load balancing. So load balancing is how us, if this server is overload, then we will try to assign the client to and connect to another server. Okay, so that's what we need to know for the web programming. How can we do that? If you look at the EC2, there one of the options is called load balancing. But basically we only working on the one server, then we don't really cover. Just need to know. And if for system design, we also need to mention about load balancing, because we are when we design a system, we always need to think about large scale. Okay. So we need to know the term what's load balancing. Then how exactly the TCP/IP, pretty familiar with this structure, but cybersecurity cover all the layers. But to us, we just make it really simple. We need to know the how when we work on the website, the HTML, like we send the request, actually HTTP, that means we send the HTML file so through the HTTP layer and then go to the transport. TCP is the protocol. And then we have the IP address. If it's a domain, if it's a domain, we'll convert to the IP. So the internet layer do it, and then through the LAN cable, so it's the data link, the layer, and send it out. And in the middle, always like through the IP address and physical transmission. There are several gateways or nodes will pass through, and then until we access our server destination, so we receive it. That's how it actually work. And it's a really pretty summarized. So if we for our user, we mainly look at the application layer itself, and then the TCP. For the HTTP, we most of the time will deal with the TCP. UDP is mainly for the streaming, so it can be possible to lose the connection and like losing data loss. So it doesn't matter. And then for the network layer, we mainly need to like doing no worse the addressing, routering, and for those package too. And okay, if you look at this for web programming, we always need to deal with the mailing server. Mailing server, including the SMTP, IMAP, the IMAP, and also for the web server HTTP. Sometimes we need to deal with the FTP or SFTP. SFTP is with the same as HTTPS. That's S representing we have a certificate, more like secure connection. And we don't have to really, for web application, we don't have to really deal with the TCP layer, like the TCP, the transport layer, or like the IP network layer. All those like they will be implemented. So our role, we are not really take care of it, but we need to know, okay, but we need to like deploy our project, like application on the website, then what kind of things we need to handle. Okay. I asked this question, so I already talked about it. So for the TCP or UDP, and sometimes when we set the firewall right here, security group, mainly for the web, especially we use the port for the HTTP and HTTPS. This port we are using TCP, and for the SSH, also we are using TCP because we need to make sure all the package shouldn't be lost, because we are sending all the comments or the content. If we lost one package, then you may be not able to see maybe the video in behind, or some text will be missed. So that's why we need to make sure, okay, our handshake is okay. So basically it will be about all this. We know what's the web and internet and the structure. Then I would like to show more about the website. Do you know how many of you even like check the website source code or like check it? Okay, if you look at it, we have two ways. One is called page source, and one is the inspect. Okay, so if we look at the source code, we can see right here. Before, how many of you able to read all these things? Or tell me the basic structure of the HTML. Okay. For a basic HTML, no matter we are using, I said later, I will tell you how to using React.js to like really generate some dynamic content. No matter which way we are doing, when we say using HTTP and send the HTML, the hypertext markup language, after it convert, we always the same. So you can see the tag HTML. So it defines, okay, the content will be for the web, and we always need the header. So here's the head, and sometimes we need to import some special tag for the content, and then we have the title, and then for the chart set. That means is that most of the comments we are using UTF-8. It's for the character letters, like for English enough. If for some web, have you ever seen some like unknown character when you open some website? Have you seen some like weird character or some special symbols? Okay, so sometimes because the language, maybe they define the chart set is like UTF-8. But however, maybe when they maybe for certain content, they're using their own character, and it's not able to decode. So they will just like change to some like weird special character. It's like without any meaning.
This way, it looks like the website is kind of
Yes, yeah. So there are so many issues. And right here, you can see the title. So you can see the title right here is the Home Texas A&M. And you can see in the space right here, they will use the special character to represent it. And here's the title, and they have some called a description. All this property actually is for the SEO to access the content. So it will pop out. And link will be some like external. This one we will also add the RSS and XML. RSS for the feed. That means they only grab the certain content they will use for other purpose. And we can see there's some like some other CSS right here. And we always try to link with different style sheet. That means it's the CSS to define the style. And we have the script. Script is a this part it involves the JavaScript. If you see the right here, the keyword right here, VR is a JavaScript. Data layer push, and we have the function right here. Okay, this array and all condition they approve it, push it into the array, and all here is define the CSS inline. CSS. Okay, so once we finish the head, most of the time, the heads help us to add all those script like preload. This when we go to the content, if we see this iframe, so it's a video right here, height, and then A is for representing the hyperlink, and then we have header. The div. It's no special meaning, but sometimes we will use it for programming. We want to give the ID for certain content. We need to change it or like help us to access it, or it's more likely it's a group. Okay. Okay. Mic is off. I think the mic is on. And we have the button and okay. So here's the source code. If you want to inspect the certain content, will be right here, right click, inspect, then you can see it will highlight right here. When you see the like before, after they are including some JavaScript, it's more like for the animation. When we click on it, and then we have special effect. Okay. And when we try to wrap a button, you can see in the structure right here, itself have a hyperlink, and then with the remote right here, here's the video. So it's like embed with the, when we click on it, then we will redirect, open the video right here. Okay. So if I click the link right here, then I can find the source. If you want to download something, or like if I want to get something from the website, then we can always retrieve the content from all this source code. So have you ever tried to download the website and then, or like you make the mistake, if you want to say something, it will comes out like let's say right here, I press control command S. Okay, when I press that command S, it will comes out is the format right here is called a web page. And if I click save, it's downloading. Okay, right here. So once I save it, it's the web page HTML. When I double click, it comes in. You can see the path right here is different. And because when we send a request, that means I type the domain name. we will send a request to a server. Server will return the most of the server will return the, we call the index HTML. That means the first page. We always need to define what's the first page to show to the user. And then when they click the link, then the server will return other content. Right here, you can see the path it changed to my local directory. So here's the path, and then with the HTML right here. If I click the link, maybe about, okay, change. Then you will see the website redirect. Okay, so why not all the link, because this one is the local file, but all the hyperlink we define in the website will go back to the their original website. So this one is the A&M Commerce, their home website. Okay. And here, if we inspect the network, every time when we click on the, let me just click on anything right here. Goes up higher, so you can see the package right here. So we know the network layer and then what the package we send. So every time when we click on the button, we are sending requests to our web server, and then what the content return or what's the response from the server. So we can see maybe some is a folder inside, and then there's a PNG file. That means suppose is the server logo, the website logo, and also in behind they have the CSS file. So you can see the CSS file right here. And for some effects, they have a JavaScript. Most of the time we don't have to write those JavaScript because they are really complex, and also sometimes they are providing special animation effect or like some button effect to transition of those actions. Yeah. There are lots of like open or some package, or you can use let's say Bootstrap. They do have some something special CSS we can use, and then we need to also use their JavaScript file, which we were going to cover like when we're using the React.js, then we will need to use those things. And when you see the MIN, there's a minimum, because when we try to write a program, we always are really like long, and they will make it as a one single line. So they want to keep the file size small. But in our development, we are mainly like working on a certain part of the function, or like only part of the CSS. And we have the encrypt, they will packing them together and generate the CSS file. And if we look at the source right here, and you can see the layer right here, all those the domain, they include all the files right here. So they will retrieve. So when we develop a website, actually we will link to other resources or connect with other web browser. So that means like when I try to get the data from our own web server, also the web server which I have to retrieve the data from other web server, other nodes. So they combine everything together to show or display the website to you, the browser. That's what the protocol doing. So right here we involve the forms right here, and then we have the remote the video, because you will see. So why we can have the video right here at the front page. Let me go to the front page. I need to go to here. I need to show. Okay, so this one is the video, and sometimes we will try to collect the data with the statistics. And here's all right here, and you can see most of the server, we will block the connection. Sometimes we will have different access, and your browser sometimes will block certain pop-in or like certain part of the website. So maybe you will see sometimes there's an icon is lost or some text they're missing, because some content we are not really directly getting from our one server, the web server, but maybe from other server. Okay, so this is how this will working. Like in the industry, we are not really build a website by ourselves, or like that website resources providing by us. Then we will ask a question. If we are using the package, sometimes we can link to if we look at the resource right here, elements and the top head. So we try to link to others website. They will ask, can we keep it as a local, like keep it in our own server, or what we are going to access to others? Do you have any idea or thinking why are we doing this way? Have you ever think, why don't I keep all the keep everything for my website in my own server, but why I need to get the resources from other website or from other web server? Because when we using the bootstrap UI, I think it's
You would say you don't have to dog your server, those resources?
we don't have, we don't have, can be possible. Let's see the documents. Fix that. Okay, right here. So sometimes when we use the server, they will ask, okay, there's a called the, we can import it with the link, or download it as a local package, like from the for the node modules. Okay. What the purpose why we are doing in this way? Like you can download it, all the local files or access to the web. If you're a developer, I tell you, one, you can keep up pieces for yourself, or you can just access it when you need it. But which way will you do it? If you try to make your own website. Okay. Then why do you want to do that? Compare with keeping a copy for yourself.
If they update it, then you'll automatically get the updated.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about your for updating your own version. And it should always work. You use the most for that.
If let's say they update, okay, so maybe I say using the bootstrap for the UI, but suddenly they change the tag. Maybe there's something, let me see, called the layout container. So if I need to build a container, maybe image, let me see. Okay, let's say if I try to build an image like this one, the maybe thumbnail, but they change the tag. They're not using the same name. Then do you think you can have a image thumbnail comes up? So if we access it from the their own server. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So actually there are no standardized, but only one thing is if I don't want to keep it in my own server because I want to save the file size. So if I keep the link, it's like they load it when they need it. But if I keep one copy in my own server, yes, I can provide anytime. Yeah. But sometimes they will modify a little bit. So good thing is it update, but most of the time they won't really remove it. they maybe change the layout, layout of the tab, but they're not really say taking it out. So it won't really affect that much. We barely have this situation happen, but really depends on you like at that time when you develop. There's no absolute answer say you have to do it. Because right now you can see some website they are just download all the package as a local, so you can use it directly, or you can just directly import those links. So when we need it, just access to their website, their web server to get all those resources. And sometimes because we have the caching, right? In the network, we do have a caching, so it may keep it. So it depends on the cache, is it on your side or others' website? Lots of consideration we need to think about, but there's no actual answer for it. Okay, maybe it depends on your project or like maybe your server size. If you only have a 8 GB for your server storage, then maybe say, no, then I'm not going to import it. Or if I want to save, like make sure really secure, like the version of it won't change, then I won't like make the content, suddenly the icon is disappear, and then the layout like is not like organized. Then I prefer like have my own source code download all those have a one copy in my server. Then we can do it in this way. Okay. So when we go down to the body right here. Okay. And sometimes you will see the scripts, like some scripts on the top and some scripts like kind of like below the body right here. Then we curious like why they put the script like above it and below it. Do you think is there any difference or like whether I like maybe I put it in on the top, but suddenly I forgot it, and then I say maybe I need something, so I put it in the bottom. Do you want to guess what's the reason why they put the structure like in this way? Because right here we have some scripts, right? Okay.
There's a bottom script above and below.
Yeah. Yeah, we have the script on the top that you can see. Here's the script. Here's a script, and in the bottom we have the script. Okay, all this script representing is a JavaScript. So it's like a handle is we have some function to do, and if it's a link, it's more like it's a CSS. So it's for the UI. Then why did they put some like script on top and below?
Does the top script not have to interact with HTML tags and the bottom tags, so the bottom has to be after?
Not really, no. But just mainly sequence. Like if we are showing the content from top to below, then why we need a script comes out first? Actually, because maybe for certain thing, let's say right here we have video. Before the content comes out, I need to load the video first. So I need to let the script like execute first. If we know the programming, so in the stack, right, it's actually the same. So we have the stack, and then we need to load it. So because it comes first, then we will execute first. So we need to show it out first. Here's the difference, like for the layout of design the HTML. So, and all the buttons right here, sometimes when we edit, really using Chrome the extension right here, we check the style. If I want to see, okay, right here, I want to work on it. And once I went, before we go into React.js, working on the really coding our website, if let's say we have button, so why not color? If we call the like put it over it, it changes to yellow. But if we say I don't want to change to yellow, or I want to see if other color, and actually we can do it right here without changing the source code. You know how to do that? Yes. Yes. So right here is all the CSS like included. Also we have button, and you can see that all the color right here. why they looks like deleted? Because we have the always like over which style. So we have like more like global style and inline and then within all the text. So right here, the button. So watch it. So we need to check, okay, is this one is the background? Then we can click on it and maybe have on the top. Okay, here is the text color. Suppose it's the text color. If I click on it, that will change the text. And when I do this, it's only the browser edit the color, but it won't affect your server side. So when you refresh, we will try to go to the web server, grab the new pieces or the data to your browser again, so they'll translate. So it will go back to normal. But this one, it always can help you to quickly review. Okay, if I want to change the color, change the content, then we can do it in this way. It won't affect your result. After you think, okay, I like it, then you can go back to your source code and change it. That's how are we going to do. Okay. And so far it's like showing for the HTML and let you know like, okay, how does the source code look like? Because when we really working on the programming on the website, we are not really doing like this, like finish the HTML tag or the content. But of course, we can build the website. So it's say I can do it tag and that's the HTML. Okay. Okay. So if I generate a text file right here, I call that define as a test HTML. It will open the website like this. So it's a like local file and here without any body. And if we put the content right here within the body, hello, when I save it and refresh it, so it comes up. So this one is the really basic way to build our HTML file, like start everything right here. But when we using the React, we are not doing this. But it doesn't mean we shouldn't understand all this tag, because we will deal a lot with this tag. So we need to know where's the body, and then when we need to define certain part, we need to get the depth right here and close. And okay, so it already close it. This one represents nothing. In a later lecture, we will go through all these like commonly used tag, like for development. Okay. So, but today is like help you to see, okay, if we're gonna build a website, this is how it looks like and how it comes out. Okay. And we already know the all the basic stuff of the website. I want to know how many of you still have issue connect to the EC2? Okay. Yep. There's a question. Okay. Okay. I can hear myself. Okay. What's the problem right now? So I can go to for the assignment. What you need to do. Let me go to the.
So I can neither connect via SSH or with the oh God, whatever the other one was called.
Using the connect.
Yeah, I can't connect via Instance Connect either.
Okay. So what's the message that comes up? Okay.
This is what I get for Instance Connect,
Okay.
which will take a second. There we go.
Okay. So prerequisite. Okay, right here. If you have a problem.
And then of course, obviously, I can't connect via SSH.
Okay, I will show you right here.
Just to test it. It'll just open it in the browser instead of like.
You happen to get hers fixed?
He's just helping me pull it up.
Okay, I will provide a piece of source code, so I will tell you like where can you edit, and because I will give you one of the assignment.
Yeah, that's what
Okay. Good. First thing, I just need to remind you, when every time when we put our server, we will get a new IP address. Sometimes they will assign a new one. It may change. And because the DNS sometimes not update that quick, so it will reject the connection. So it's one of the problem. So sometimes I will recommend if you have some issue for the connection, I will recommend just like you use the IP address, but don't use the DNS. Second thing, if you have some issue, you need to enable it. First, what you need to do, try to stop your instance first, and go to action, and then instance setting, edit user data. I will post this user data. It will be the same scope. I'll post it to the announcement, so we can copy and paste in the phone right here. So I can stop the service. Okay, let me stop it. And action, instance setting, edit user data. It still takes some time to. Okay, it's not yet. So once the instance stop, then you can copy and paste this code, source code here, and then save it. Suppose after you paste it, then you should able, let me post on the AWS and let you try.
If you stop the instance, you're no longer charged usage or data transfer fees for it. However, you'll still be billed for associated elastic IP addresses and EBS volumes. The hell does that mean? Of course. Many times.
So you're gonna go to instances? Okay, so yeah, stop instance.
It just might, when you start to sound in DNIS things, it's gonna.
Make the announcement.
It's not, it'll let you, because it's security. So what can't we?
I'm just gonna stay over here and drive.
Go to instances. Far left, yeah. Actions. Instance settings. Edit user data.
So if anybody want to try, then you can go to the announcement and access it. If you're using EC2, I just posted. Just copy all this and paste it to first stop your instance. And once it's ready, then you can paste it. Go to instance, action, instance setting, and user data right here.
Literally just copying and pasting first.
Action, instance setting, user data, and place this part and save it. After you save it, do this sometime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go down. You have it copied?
Yes.
Do we try to reconnect them?
Try to connect. So did you stop it? And okay, stop it. Okay.
And then I already updated the data.
Okay, and then start it. Go to state.
Start
It's
it.
the state. Yes, you need to start the server. Okay. Okay. After you start it, then once you're ready, it's running, then you can use connect and choose the first one. And you need to wait for the IP. IPv4. Suppose it will change like every time when we stop it and we put it.
So basically, once it's running, one of these will actually populate?
Yeah, they will come.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we can connect it.
That's right.
Because so far it's just pending, so.
Oh,
we
I hit
can-
refresh it. I hit refresh and they popped up.
Okay,
So
good.
then you connect.
Okay, yeah, you can connect.
Oh,
Okay. Connect, and first you can try the instant connect and connect first. Okay, suppose you should fix the issue.
so if it works. then-
Ah,
They're not working to yours.
No, mine-
Oh. May I check?
yeah, absolutely. Here.
Easy to right here.
Your your collection of tabs.
Many, I have many right now. Lots of Googling what terms are, and
I just didn't think.
I have OneNote. You know how I have Office 365 right now? I'm still logging in using my Blend credentials, and I continue to have access to 365.
It'll kick you off in a few years.
It's fine.
Because I was using my A&M credentials all the way
Ah.
until maybe like 3 months ago.
Oh,
Like
And I haven't
one,
been at A&M since
like
2021.
OneNote for taking notes, wonderful. Just like literally print the PDF into OneNote and then write on it.
Oh, yours. So you
this one.
Well.
Bill, I tried to simulate the one, but you still have the problem to fix it. Bill, I tried to get the same problem with yours.
Character or something.
And
It's like I spent a bunch of time looking at it last night and looking at security groups and stuff. But the reality is looking at security groups, I also have no idea what I'm looking at. So I don't
Okay,
want to
got
change
you.
anything.
Okay. And I want to see the yours. Oops.
Actually have,
I need to make
Here's
it.
so and what's the new IP address right here? What's the new IP address right here? Here.
And then you just wait. And then eventually it'll go to pending and then it's gonna be what we're saying. Yeah.
It's the same.
Maybe that's what it is. I'm just not paying attention.
Maybe.
Okay, even you paste the same, it's not working to use.
usually if it takes more than a few seconds, it doesn't,
Okay.
it's gonna time out or get some sort of
Okay,
error
that means
message.
all yours still have some issue to.
Yeah, connection timed out, which I've gotten that message before, obviously with a different IP address, I'm sure, but it timed out. What if I hang out here where I can see the screen? I'm assuming you can see over me. I'm not tall. Or I can. I couldn't go much further down.
This random dude for work texted me and was like, hey, how's work going? And I was like. I was
Sounds
like,
unhealthy.
Is it so far all those you are able to connect
oh, I haven't.
on Thursday, no, Tuesday, when now you all lost connection? Okay, okay, it's same, okay.
Like, focus lucky when I die.
Make sure you reread what you last sent before you read my message. Otherwise, it just sounds really weird.
You're gonna have to thumbs down.
That's fair.
Okay.
Again, somebody married this.
Gives me hope.
Let me see, because I don't have any issue that I need to figure out some way to put, like experience what happened to yours.
Yeah.
Because for the first assignment, I already have the, if in case you cannot really access, just like for the assignment, I would recommend you maybe rebuild the instance. And as a if couldn't really fix it, I will recommend like just for the assignment, just like do it. And just if you know, just need to do the upgrade. So I already post two PDF file. Where's my homepage? Okay. I already one is the so mainly what you need to do just like review your instance in case it's not working, and just like do the all those update and checking the status right here. And for the website, we install the Nginx. And here's slightly trick I didn't tell you. It's about the I think there's some of you asking why you cannot show the Nginx after you install it. And right here, actually, here's a slightly tricky because I didn't tell you to change the HTTPS. So when I click the link on it, the pop-up, remember always like if you know the WAN and LAN, right? So we need to using the WAN address. Okay, it changed again. Okay, so why now you see it couldn't redirect to the website because we have the HTTPS. So we remove the S, then it will be low. And this one we can get the content. But I feel like the EC2 have some issues going so slow. Okay, sorry. Why now it changed? I need to refresh it. And okay. Okay, right here. And remove the S. So if you install the Nginx and successfully, if you check the status, it's running, you should be able to see this page. Like you just need to click on the tab, remove the S. Because our Nginx server port doesn't handle the port 443, so it doesn't come out. Just let you know, here's a slightly tricky. And I will recommend you to using the security and try to add the one thing is like even though you do it in this way, you may not able to see the website because we need to do one more thing I didn't tell you in the last lab, because I want to let yourself to handle with the security group. So you need to do is like security group and then add two more. So there are two protocols, one is called HTTPS and one is HTTP. It's pretty easy, just add it inbound and choose the one you need, just add rules, choose the protocol, like let's say if we need to add HTTP, just choose it, it will default TCP and 443, just need to choose that is the like broadcast, all the domain, like this and save the rule. Then you can add it. Actually, this is a slightly trick. We can do it in the beginning. When you try to build the server, go to security, and we need to wait here. The network setting. Actually, you can click on it, like enable HTTPS and HTTP. Also, we can do it. Then it will automatically help you to add two policy to your security group. Okay, here's the one when you build it. What we need to do also the after you're able to build, we will see the MongoDB too. For the assignment, what you need to do just like screenshot all those running status, Nginx, PHP, and MongoDB. So just show them they are running and active. So basically, what I expect you are able to see will be right here. Status right here, status running, green color, and Nginx is running. So just need to do it as a first assignment. You just need to showing they're ready to work. But I know once the most common issue right now is you cannot access to your instance. I will try to figure out more solution like what are you like having right now. Maybe sometimes that because I feel like after we put the Amazon itself, like maybe their VM to handle the image maybe not that good. So I think all of you have some issue, especially if we are using the DNS. It always a timeline because it doesn't update quick enough. So I recommend that first, once it works, then change it to the IP address. So it's like it's at least you remember in the protocol, TCP IP right there, and then the IP layer. Then we don't have to go through the DNS because sometimes they do have a cache. They save the old IP address instead of the new IP address. That's why like you never able to access it. When they try to looking for the mapping table, it doesn't update the new IP then. You always lost connection. So the reason why actually it's not even cost, but why we need to learn all those layers, because we need to figure out the issue by ourselves. Sometimes we use the DNS, but why we couldn't still access it? Then there's a reason why. Because they have a mapping table and then show mapping the IP and their domain name. Yeah. But if they're not yet updated to a latest IP, also they have a called a TTL, time to live. Maybe we couldn't. Even the car program, I tell you, we have different like this one is more like it's the EC2 is the infrastructure, yeah. And also but they control the firewall. The TTL we cannot change it at the time. Maybe it takes like 5 minutes, sometimes it takes 1 hour. So we have no way to control this part. But if we are buying our own domain, then we can set it by ourselves. Like maybe I think less will be 5 seconds. Yeah. Let me.
Could you show what your security group inbound rules are?
Okay, yeah, sure. So also I make a screenshot right here. If you go to the document, you went to right here, I screenshot the right here for the number 4 for the website. So you see the input security. And if you want to take a picture, also it's right here. Need to do it. Because the SSH port 22 is always alarmed. So suppose it won't affect your SSH. If we didn't enable it, even you cannot connect to your server in the first time. So suppose it's good, but only the HTTP and HTTPS, I didn't tell you in the last on Tuesday lab. So you need to I let you to do it by your own. Try to add this security group. The reason why, because we need to do it by our own, because later we need to deal with other servers. They need to open another port. We only when we create the instance, we can enable both the HTML, HTTPS, and just regular HTTP. But if we need to other port, then we need to go to security group and add those into it. So maybe we are going to have a email gateway connect to it. Then we need to go to security group and then edit it and add the SMTP like this. Yeah. So are you still working on
I have no idea how to improve this.
So the only thing that I got it to work was when you're setting up the NGNIX and you went and you did the we did this one. I also had to run allow open.
I think he said at the end of the class that he managed to get his stuff to work.
OpenSSH.
He didn't have to redo it.
Actually, OpenSSH is but you, of course, you can allow it. It's okay.
I had 2 instances and I couldn't connect anything. I got rid of one of them.
Is that protocol on the AWS or on the
I know what
Android?
I'm doing.
It's not belongs to them. We are using the one, no matter Windows, we are using SSH, right? The command line. So they have another type called OpenSSH for the connection like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I didn't do that. You can allow it, enable it. But sometimes the service we need to using the I give you the MongoDB is the example. right here is enable. I think before some people ask me what is enable. So do you know what's enable?
That's step 6, the UFW enable statement.
Yes,
Is that what you're
you are
asking?
here. Yeah, what's the
Oh,
system enable right here?
From under the.
Yeah. Enable is like suppose like most of the service we install, they will restart after your server reboot. Like they suppose the service like will be restarted by themselves because it's in the service. But sometimes it's not working. Like it's really for AWS EC2 sometimes because maybe it's free, so they're not so many. So always I try to execute. You can execute if you want Nginx or like PHP 8.3 FPM, you can use using enable to make sure it's working. Even the UFW, the firewall, also you can enable it to make sure it's working. And then you can check the status. Yeah. Okay. If most of you couldn't fix it, I said because like for the assignment, then I recommend you can just repeat it. If no, I will try to figure out if there any way I can do to give you a solution. Because I don't have a trouble right now. I need to looking for some way like to get the same issue like you, then I can provide some solution. That's one of the way I search and it goes back online, like you can connect for the instant connect. Maybe I will try to use other method to see what's the problem you are having right now. Because like after you go back home, all you have the same problem connect to the EC2. Okay. Sometimes it's about caching too. Remember if you are using your browser. Okay. I want to see the browser. Can you cache like in your cache and history? Those things.
Clear it all out.
Yes.
Tools.
A big Control H.
Literally just Control H.
Yes, and then you can create all those. Unless you. But because when it's last hour, then you need to check do you have a previous cookies and caches.
Delete browsing data.
Yeah.
So you check all the time. Delete.
And try to refresh the internet and see if you can connect to the, you can go to the install connect.
I'm at the log
Yeah,
back.
try to sign in again.
Where's the root user email? There it is.
If you I believe once you create a new one, you should able to get the like all those screenshot. So if you do have a problem, then I will try to extend and do it one more time to go through all the setup and install the application with your so you can make a screenshot for your first assignment. And I will see, I will looking for some solution to fix the problem. But unluckily, I don't have the issue right now, so I need to check how can I try to looking for some solution fix it.
It's taking
Still have the same issue.
Yep. I don't know if that's the same error message. I think it is.
Is that the one you just created? You should create a new one, or is that the old one?
That's the old one.
It's the old one.
Okay, I think you're gonna need to create a new one. That's the only thing I could get to work.
But that made it work. Oh God, I don't even remember to do that.
You can instant state if you want to just.
I guess just terminate it and. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. I can't use it anyway.
Thinking positive, then you can practice more like install all those packages. If you do have a same issue, try to make a screenshot or like send for me. I will try to figure out how to fix it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is all new to me, so I have no literacy in it yet. So I'm just looking at a bunch of information and going, I don't know what to do with this.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I will try to fix it.
And then I need to go through the stuff.
Yeah.
I have to go through all those previous steps and then that'll make another instance. Okay. This is where I wish I had two screens.
Me too. It's gonna rain soon.
It's gonna rain very soon.
I got notifications going to 15.
Good, we need it. Discord. Oh, yeah, I gotta log back into everything now, and it didn't fix it.
Engineers.
I don't know what password is. I got a bunch of them.
So I can SSH and everything. But
Are you human? Fuck, I don't know, man.
No one else
No,
can.
it's not my password though.
The only way to
If you'd like, I can
outside
help you
is
work through and show you what I did. I did one thing that's not on there. And you think that's gonna make it work.
Because
do
that
need
one's a
professional help.
local,
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
a VM.
I'm not
Yeah,
professional.
because it's like on my computer and I have a glitch now, so it has.
Yeah.
But like I can access it on the host, like on the Windows machine.
You're forgetting my name on Spicy Bit.
It's your own doing.
It is.
But if I like
Terminated that one.
just connected to the Wi-Fi, it won't.
Wait this time. How about that?
So is that actually a problem?
Compute.
It won't be a problem, because
Log
like
in
if
on
you
a new
do it by
device,
your own,
never scan a
you can
login
access
place.
it. Here's the limitation, because like for the, I say the VM, the VM, I say the IP address, even the WAN virtual is the same. Yeah, so you have no idea. So only your like own users can access it, like anything. So it won't affect you for development. So it's totally fine. You are not for profit. So you are welcome.
I don't really care if anyone else can access.
Yeah. Because so totally fine. Once you can build a project, and then you can show that you can install all these things, then you're fine. Because I say, to be honest, it's same. Right?
So basically,
the only difference you see the EC2 or like using Google Cloud or Mino, all those
so on
just
Windows,
like get a copy
it's
into it and then SSH. So basically, all,
and then
like
just based on the
in
firewall,
practical,
it's really
all the way
right.
just depends on which server you're access. Yeah, maybe your own VM you handle by yourself, but all those actually they are same. Therefore, server, and then they just like make a piece of
They were initially
virtual
connected
machine.
on them.
They can using VirtualBox, but actually they're not using VirtualBox to build the image. And then they will forward that based on when
No, it's
they
like a
forward
Windows
it.
issue.
So if you know the TCP, all those connections, so then you'll know how it works actually in this world.
I guess, yes.
So once you can
all
take a
this shit again.
screenshot, you're fine.
I got logged out of like
How it works,
everything and it
yeah.
didn't fix it.
So I was wondering, because we were talking about it, so, because you was talking about like the wireless open SSH
Mhm.
firewall.
Mhm.
So I looked it up, so the native
I mean, I've had
for
COVID.
Windows 10 and Windows 11.
Try running this.
The SSH is embedded in Windows.
It's
It's
open.
actually based off of SSH. So I think that's
And
why.
Oh, okay, I see.
It's been staring at them.
Back into the server, firewalls launching.
Okay, because you're using, okay.
So I think that
You have to.
I don't know if it's from like a lot of manual labor and I just fucked my hand.
But only one thing is like the instant, but I know some of you have still have an issue when you are using the instant connect.
I haven't tried that. I just know
Yeah.
that I had to terminate my
Mhm.
license that I had before and then make a new one.
Okay.
And then now it's all working again.
Okay.
I can Google it. I tried SSH.
Are you talking about this one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I guess I need to go to the other class.
Okay.
Did he upload all that stuff into this one?
No, he updated it in this one.
Oh,
It's
then
in-
they do have
That's
already.
not the same issue there, it's just connection type of.
Okay, they do have same, okay. Okay, then thanks for the information. Now I will tell them for the Windows, try to using enable the Open SSH to, and yeah, and actually they can do it, but do they have a, do you have an issue when you try to connect with the the right here, the instant right here, instant connect? Do you have an issue with this one? Suppose this one is the through the AWS. So you should able to like when you click on it, you should able even you didn't enable the OpenSSH. But I think they still have a problem. So okay. For you, because we have some like nice you get okay. So because mainly because yeah, to your. I already deleted it. Okay, good. Okay, you have all Windows. Okay, got you. Because for the Windows, you have the. So just remember enable not only the Nginx Suppose this should be not a problem, but it was a problem, so just like enable the open access. So when you also make sure enable the UFWT. You know that like when we still do to make sure they will restart after we do it. Yeah, sometimes I think there's try to do that.
Like I have it.
Oh, no, no.
I was like, said that we needed to submit.
Yeah, so you can open a state, yes, so there's. Yeah, but in the assignment, I will tell you like what you need to show me. So basically, it's like what I described, so NGX, and what you can show me the file. And also we can just install that. So it is all the. I got screenshots here.
I was, yeah, this whole bug out. Yeah, at this point, I agree.
Okay. Try not to, one thing you need to pay attention is, because you guys like put all those content to the work, they will have a line. So even though we look at on the website, actually it's a one single line. But when I paste on the website, like to the work, it breaks down to, put it out. So when they read it, it breaks.
So.
So I should run them one at a time, so I didn't count, so.
Make it connected to one, or what you need to do, just go to MongoDB, the link right here.
Yeah.
And then copy from there, because they, that one is the one complete, statement. But for this one is, it break to 3 line or 4 lines. This is a problem when I copy and paste on the word.
So should I run them separately?
Not separate, but when you get it.
Just delete the little.
I'm not doing it, just like, okay, then you need to put the backspace and you copy and try to paste it on the, you have a text editor.
Do I have to use HTML?
Oh, text editor? Yes. Okay. Or actually, there's a shortcut, you put it, the comment right here.
Oh, in the top.
And you'll see it will connect it to one single line.
Okay, and then I just delete.
And copy it again. Like, you don't want this line, we need to keep it.
Okay, great.
Keep it and just copy it again. So this one would be one simple, this would be and then.
That's what I did, that's what I did.
That's right.
Yeah, it says, whenever it tries to go get the MongoDB. It says that our signature can be verified.
Okay, that means when you install the. When you call it the stack, so you put a start echo, and so, stack to it, and do the ABB update.
That's what I'm losing at, is I do update here.
Okay.
And then do this.
No, I'm stopping.
And you get the. So maybe you try to turn it again and like forward one time. Okay, combine that as a one thing.
Okay.
One more reminder, if you are copying the.
Whenever I got feed from the,
Yeah, from the work.
this, I copy straight out of that, it changes HTTP and HUP.
Okay, some correcting, okay.
So I would double check,
Okay,
other things as well.
I try to copy the command line from, if you try to like copy directly, unluckily because the work, it will break all the line into, different lines. So they have a hidden line breaker. So try not, if you copy it directly, you need to, do it. Yeah,
First, you just have to delete the slashes and get it all on the same.
yeah, so, yeah. I would recommend, or like just like go to the MongoDB link to copy it directly, or if you want to copy the line. Okay, so right here. Okay, maybe I copy it. Okay, right here, okay. So either you can copy the line right here directly because it's a complete one statement. Yeah, or if you copy it, after you copy it from my the Word document, put it on the browser, even like the fastest way, because it will concatenate as a one statement, as a one line. So you can use it also in this way. Either way is fine. Yeah.
I just wanted to show you real quick. So it's definitely, that's the issue, because so this time I logged in with the with all the stuff installed.
Mhm.
So it logged in correctly, and then I, just for science purposes, I denied OpenSSH for the firewall. Then I exited, and then when I tried to log back in, that's where I got the connection.
The same. Okay,
Yeah,
so
verifying it. So Windows has to allow OpenSSH, and then it also made it to where I wasn't able to get into the EC2 instance connect either.
so they are same using, probably they're same. Okay, so unluckily because I'm using a Mesh SX, so I don't have a like really have an issue for this one. So sorry for those Windows user. Yeah.
Get rid of the diagonal.
Don't delete it. Don't delete. Okay, so right here, let me show you right here. They all exist, so don't delete it. Keep it. Okay.
Still need that there.
Yeah, they will still need it. Yeah. Yeah. So when you paste it, they should be working in this line. Okay. Okay. Well, I know of you, but I still working on it. Okay. So we're taking too much time. Okay, I'll end this part.